Jose Estevez. So we're proud to have you guys. I was telling some of the family and friends in here, it's a little bit different process for constables to get sworn in. When police officers and sheriff's deputies, when they get approved for a position, they can just swear them in, put them to work right then. But constables, you have to be approved by Commissioner's Court. And that's what we were waiting on today for Commissioner's Court to take place. So at 9 o'clock this morning, I was there at Commissioner's Court just waiting on them to say approved. And as soon as it's approved, now we're here. We probably could have did this about 10:30, but sometimes you don't know how long those courts last. So these two guys right here, it's a pretty strenuous hiring process. They can tell you how difficult it is. Got some good ambition here. Sometimes they don't always make it on the first go around. They come back on the second go around. But the first thing they get to do is they get checked out by our guys looking at their social media. We want to see what kind of people they are. Take a quick look at their criminal history and their driving record. And then after that, we invite them to come to the gun range and shoot with us. And once they get past following the directions at the gun range, what to bring and what not to bring and how to dress, then we'll allow them to come on the firing range. And if they pass the qualifications, then we'll invite them back to the office to take a physical agility test. And after they take a physical agility test, push-ups and sit-ups and running time events, if they pass that, then we'll invite them back in here, take a little break, and then they take a written exam. And if they pass that, then we hand them an application. And it's a huge application, and we'll give them 2 weeks to get that filled out and bring it back with a resume. And when they bring it back, then our detectives, they get their hands on the application and they go through it. And that's when they do their background check. And once they pass that, then they're invited to come back for our oral interview board. And the oral interview board pretty much puts them in order, what order they'll be hired if we have more than one position. So these guys right here, they've made it, I think there was, I believe it was right about 12 people who started out with these guys. And they made the cut through everybody. We've had times where we've had up to 20 people and we didn't take anybody. So these guys, we're proud to have them on board here. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys' ambition and your desire to work here. The constable, he's out of town at this time, and this is the kind of people that he wants. He wants you guys. You have a desire to be here. You tried hard. You succeeded. You outperformed the rest, and you made it to the top. The cream rises to the top. That's what to the top. That's what we want. So we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to start with Chad Dodge. Come on over here and stand right there for me. And I believe I might have to have glasses on. Raise your right hand, and when I say I need you to say your name and then repeat after me. Okay? I,
Chad Dodge,
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Deputy Constable of Montgomery County Precinct 4 in the state of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Let me take my glasses off.
Come in, Mom.
Okay, we're gonna get one more picture. Okay, you have anybody who wants to put this on?
Yeah, she's sitting over there.
Come on over here. Let's
Put
get
it
this
over
thing
there.
on.
Is
This
it
right
here?
She put up with me, so I guess she'll do it.
You made me promise not to.
Try not to
I know,
bump
you
you
actually
too hard.
made me promise not to stick out. So.
There you go.
It has directions, so you're
You're gonna have to.
I have to go reach in
go
there.
through there.
Yep. There you go.
Don't stick yourself in there. These are cops, not EMS.
There we go. Look at that. No blood or anything.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, welcome to the Precinct 4 Constable's Office. Let me get you to sign a few things for me. This is the oath of office that I just did. This right here. I need you to read this statement right here and sign it. Oh, you don't have to sign that one. That's what you just read. Okay, Jose. Okay, this is Jose Estevez. Okay, Jose. Go ahead and raise your right hand, and after I say "I," say your name and then repeat after me. I
Jose Estevez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Deputy Constable
of Deputy Constable
of Montgomery County Precinct 4
of Montgomery County Precinct 4
in the state of Texas,
and the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States and of this state,
of the United States and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. All right, do you have anybody want to pin this on? All right, come on over here. Let's get pinned. Too bad.
It's not that sharp, he'll be all right.
Congratulations and welcome to the Montgomery County Precinct 4 Constable's Office. You guys are going to do great here. You're going to love working here, and we're proud to have you guys here. So, yeah, give these guys a round of applause. Read over this statement right here. This is the one. Go ahead and this is the one that you just did. Let's talk about that.
Everybody can read. Yep.
So first, I just want to welcome these two guys aboard the constable's office. You guys worked hard. It didn't come easy. I think both of you can attest that you had to work for this, and we're super excited to have you here today. I'm so sorry that I missed it. I'm not being able to be there, but I'm not happy. I'm not sorry about this view that I have. In the middle of the ocean. But I just want to say to the families too that y'all are all part of this family now. And we'll protect these guys. We'll never ask them to do anything we're not willing to do ourselves. We will try to get them the best training that they can possibly get, and before they come out and start protecting our citizens. And it's just we're so honored to have them. They did so well in the testing, and as excited as they are, and as excited as you are, we're equally as excited to have them. So thank you all for coming and being a part of this.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, first of all, your name.
Chad, C-H-A-D, Dodge, D-O-D-G-E.
Chad, tell me, I met you first time back, it's been, what, 3-4 years ago, I guess?
Almost 4 years ago,
With
yeah.
the Citizens Academy.
That's right, that's right.
Tell me about the Citizens Academy.
So, yeah, I worked, I covered a little bit for, take pictures and stuff to post on our websites, and then Rowdy made me take the academy, so I had to take it that following year, and I think that's the first time that I met you, and kind of the first time I got the idea that I wanted to do this. So.
In the academy, you kind of, just getting your blood after you went through the academy, thinking of the Citizens Academy?
Yes, yeah.
Where did you go from there? What happened after that?
I continued, when I finally made the decision was late in 2016, and I had to, obviously I was a lot bigger then, so I had to start shedding some weight, and obviously talk to my family and my girls, my wife, and make sure that they knew what I was going to do, or at least try to do, and see if it was going to work.
What were you doing back then?
I do just online reporting for some local websites, community websites.
And turned around just besides law enforcement.
That's right, yeah.
And size-wise, you're a little bit bigger then.
Yes,
What were you at back then?
I weighed around 450 to 470, give or take, the last year before I actually started to.
So putting a mindset to dropping shedding the weight to make it to the academy, what all did you have to go through there?
Okay, so to be honest, the first thing I did was quit drinking soda. That was the first thing I did, and in a month I lost like 40 or 50 pounds. And then I met with my surgeon, who Dr. Nowzardin. People might know him from the 600-Pound Life. He's my surgeon, live here in Houston. I met with him in February of 17. He started me on a program, psychological meetings, making sure my body was going to be able to handle it, changing my eating habits, and August 25th of 17 I had gastric bypass surgery. And then it just kind of fell off after that.
And what are you down to now?
I weigh around 235.
Quite a bit of difference.
Just about half, almost exactly half of what I was now.
Kind of just shed everything off.
Yeah, and not just that, but the ability to run, a lot of muscle put on, so a lot better shape.
Now, the academy. How'd you get into the academy and what you did the police academy?
I went to school at Houston Community College. They have a great campus on where 610 and I-10 are on the east side. Rodney Jackson was my instructor. He actually, his first job as an LEO was right here in Precinct 4, Montgomery County. I just applied there in July of 2018. It was a 10-month part-time class. So I worked during the day, and then in the evening I would go there for 3 or 4 hours from August 27th, and then I graduated June 27th.
How tough was the class?
It was constant running to make sure, because I hadn't really started running a lot before the academy, so I couldn't do a push-up or a sit-up. I'd lost the weight, but I hadn't got the stamina or the strength yet. So my first mile and a half was like 18 minutes, and 3 months later it was 12 minutes. I couldn't do a push-up or a sit-up, and I could bang out what they needed in a minute, which is they want you to do 25, and I can do more than that a few months later. So that part was tough. The next thing was learning penal code. As you know, we see the laws and such, how people are arrested for and felonies and misdemeanors, but actually learning the penal code and criminal procedure was probably the hardest book-wise. But after that, it got easier. So.
You had several different agencies you could have looked at. I mean, you've got HPD, you've got Harris County, you've got Baytown, you've got, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, everything else. Why Precinct 4?
The first person to put in my mind that I would be a good law enforcement officer was Jim Slack here at Precinct 4, Lieutenant Slack now. He was my one of the first law enforcement officers that I spoke to as a member of the media, and we're very close friends now. He's if that's the kind of deputies that they have here, that's where I wanted to be. Second thing, I'm from a small town, and this area reminds me of a small town. I like that feeling. I like Montgomery County. I like their everything about it. Everything just feels comfortable to me. So.
Now back coming to Precinct 4, how tough was that? I mean, a lot of testing and a lot of everything else to go through. A lot of bells and whistles and hoops and the whole 9 yards.
That's right. Yeah. I actually started out as reserve. I filled out an application to be a reserve deputy because I just wanted to do that part and then go through the reserve, process. Well, what happened was they changed their hiring process, and a couple of people said you should just fill out full time because we have more jobs opening. As you know, and a lot of people know now, the DWI task force they started opened up a couple of jobs for deputies, so they had to have a hiring pool. So filling out the application, running through the background, and then being invited back to do the firearms qualification, and then the physical agility part, and then a written test, and then the oral board, and it took most of the summer. It took from basically early July until a couple of weeks ago they offered me a job.
What about going through I know the range, you had some issues over there.
Yeah, so in the academy, I think we did 8 rounds of qualifications in the academy, and I never had a score under 235. And so we get to the first invite to the range day, or firearms day here in Precinct 4, and I just had a bad day. I scored just under the qualification line, and I had to go home. That was it. That was the end of the day for me. So a couple weeks later actually, I was called back. I got a phone call from Captain McLennan here, and he said, if you're ready, we're gonna run another, another day for a second hiring pool. And I said, I'm ready. So I came back, which is about, I think it was in mid-August, and I actually scored the highest of that group of people. I think there were 12 of us. So I just kind of refocused, and it's one of those things, you have to stay focused all the time, and that proved it.
So today was the swearing in. How's this? What was running through your mind as you're getting sworn in? After all this.
I know it. I'm trying to stay focused on what's next, and but yeah, it's surreal. It really is. There's no. You put your mind to do something, and you eventually get there, and you don't want to get complacent. You don't want to stop and smell the roses too much. But I am celebrating inside. I'm excited to get started, and move on to get through the FTO training program here and get out on my own.
Tonight's gonna be the first night of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, tonight I start at 8 o'clock and overnight, and
ready to hit the streets.
Ready as they say. If they say I'm ready, I'm ready. So we start with the stuff here in the office and move on and out of there.
What's family think about all this?
They've been very supportive. My girls, my wife, it was a tough year with the academy and everything. I was gone a lot. There was no extra stuff. There was no Girl Scouts and no, plays and stuff at school. It was very hard to sneak those in, but it was worth it. I think they think it was worth it, and I know it was worth it.
Okay, so first of all, name and title.
Barry Welch, Chief Deputy with Montgomery County Precinct 4 Constable's Office.
Barry, W-E-L-C-H?
W-E-L-C-H.
Tell me about Chad.
Chad Dodge, he had a lot of ambition to come to work here. He had some life goals that he wanted to set, losing some weight, getting back in shape, some muscle tone. He went through our Citizens Academy, and that was kind of one of the things that he made his mind up that he wanted to become a police officer. He went through the police academy, and he had a desire to come to work here, and he applied with us, and we were happy to have him.
What kind of going through the base? I mean, he applied. Like he started the Citizens Academy. He was covering kind of it for you a little bit. Then Rowdy asked him to take part of the Citizens Academy. Went through the academy. Tell me about his range. I mean, he had a couple of bad times at the range and a few other things.
Yeah. So after he went to the police academy, he came and applied with us for our open deputy position, and we have a pretty serious hiring process where we check out your social media and check your background just a little bit, your driving record and stuff. Once you pass that, we invite you to come to the gun range and shoot. And we invited him to the range, and there was about probably 15 other people, and he didn't make it on that one. He didn't make our minimum score. And luckily for him, we had another hiring process about a month later, and he went and practiced, and he came back, and not only did he score #1 on our shooting exam, he scored #1 on our written exam, our physical agility exam, our oral board interview, the background check. He scored #1 across the board.
So he starts out tonight. Sworn in today, starts tonight.
Yes, so we were waiting on Commissioner's Court to approve the positions were approved to start in October. We have to wait for Commissioner's Court to approve what we call the payroll change request forms. Once they were approved today at Commissioner's Court, we swore them in at 12 o'clock today. They were sworn in as deputies, Dodge and Estevez. They both start, Dodge will start tonight, Estevez will start tomorrow. So Dodge will start on night shift on his field training program at 6 o'clock tonight.
Now, East Montgomery County building quite a bit out here. Need more deputies. Our Sheriff's Office put up 16 new deputies. Y'all got, how many deputies y'all have working out here, and how many are adding?
Well, we added 3 positions, and the 3 positions that we added were a DWI task force, kind of like a task force, but a DWI unit that will focus solely on impaired drivers in the East Montgomery County area. So we are a growing agency, up to 36 patrol deputies that are out there serving civil process to our detective division and our patrol division, 24/7, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We're rolling and patrolling out here in East Montgomery County. Chad Dodge and Jose Estevez, they'll both be assigned to the patrol division.
All right.